Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Jason.
Alex.
Miles.
Isaac. Today we're going to give you the definitions of.
We're going to provide you definitions to 6 terms that we read in
Chapter 7.
Chapter
Yeah.
7.
The first one is adapter categories, classification of individuals based on their willingness to try out a new innovation of a new product. And she's going to break down the categories.
It's broken down into 5 categories: the innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and the laggards. And the innovators, they're the risk takers. It's about 2.5% of the target market. The next one is the early adopters, and they're the opinion leaders, and they take about 13.5% of the target market. The third one is early majority, and it says that they're the leading segment of the mass market, and it's about 34% of the target market. The late majority are just the followers of the early majority, and it's about 36% of the target market. And then the laggards are the conservative, and they take about 14% of the target market.
Alright, the second term is Ash phenomenon, and it's like how social norms influence our purchasing behavior. Like, for example, I'm German, so people expect from me to like beer, and so I will probably buy imported beer. Or for example, Alex is a baseball player, and all baseball players dip, so I mean, so they would probably expect from him to buy like Grizzlies or something. That's just how it is.
Right.
Basically, that's what the Ash phenomenon is.
Yes, that's associative and disassociative groups. Groups that associate in like the same, like basically what you were talking about earlier up there is how you were explaining about associative groups. Say like this group, me and Jason, we're in an associative group because we both play football. But me and Miles wouldn't be in a disassociative group because he plays soccer and I play football, and I wouldn't want to really know much about soccer, even though I do. But just giving an example, and he wouldn't know much about football. Probably does. I don't know.
Or more so, like, we're athletes and Miles is his little geeky, so we're athletes, we do our own thing. Just as an example, not saying that Miles is geeky, but Miles is more worried about his book stuff, so he's in that group, whereas we're athletes, we have our own.
Yeah, exactly. And then we talk about athletic stuff, and he talks about, or they talk about whatever his group's talking about. But that's just those terms. That.
The next term is opinion leaders, and then those are the people who are able to influence the public opinion on their subject. So let's say a celebrity just walks around with his actions or his words that influences other people without him even like trying to do it. Just the way he acts and the way he's carrying himself makes him be like that.
Like Oprah. Oprah is a big opinion leader. She has her own show basically where all she talks about is her opinions, and obviously she has a lot of followers, so those followers they're gonna like what she has to say, and automatically that's gonna be imprinted in their mind.
I really don't like Oprah, but yeah, she's a good example.
Market mavens are people who consistently absorb info on the news about financial markets. A good example is Warren Buffett. He's always on the financial part of other companies and how they're doing their market, and so he feeds off that, and that's why he's so rich.
Yeah, Warren Buffett's alright. He's not much of a, the thing about Warren Buffett, like, he could have used like Bill Gates or somebody else. Warren Buffett kind of sucks, to be honest.
What am I getting? Brand
community.
Brand community is formed on the basis of attachment to a product or a community.
So it's community, say the youth of Latin Americans. So they have Latin American youth. They let's say Daddy Yankee or someone like that. Wears a shirt. It just influence it's big in the community, so it's just gonna get popular there. So.
Why must a marketing manager understand the influence of certain groups? A marketing manager needs to understand the influence of certain groups because they want to know who they're marketing to, and how whatever they're marketing to that group influences that person. But we have there's an example we could use, many examples that we could use for it. But that's the main reason why they need to know what their marketing has to have a good it has to be have great influence on that like certain group that they're marketing their product to. For example, we walk into a family goes to a car dealership. Say for like the first part is the family walks in and it's just the mom and dad. They want to buy a car, like a family car, but the marketer, the salesman doesn't know that it's a family. They just see, like, you know, two people, like a couple walk in, so they're automatically going to want to market them to a convertible or a coupe or something like that, a small car, as if the family came in like as a whole family, as with like children also. Then now the salesman going to market them to a van or an SUV, a bigger car. That's just one example that we could use for that.
Another example we could use would be like Abercrombie and Fitch, because Abercrombie and Fitch is like trying to aim all these like cool kids, all the cool rich kids, and like they're hiring like only good-looking people. That's what they even say. And so, for example, you think that you're gonna belong then to the cool kids and all that if you just buy their completely overpriced stuff, but you're still gonna buy it because you have that association that you are one of the cool kids if you wear that.
Alright.
Another example would be by Mr. Weber knows how to keep us engaged. He knows most of us at Weber here are athletes, so he brings up athletic events all the time in class to keep the whole class engaged. Because he knows what type of group we are. We're all athletes.
Number 2, how can a marketer take advantage of reference group influence to develop advertising strategies?
Pause it.
How can a marketer take advantage of reference group influence to develop advertising strategies? I would like to answer this question with an example from the 80s. Let's just take a look at Run DMC. And Run DMC made a song which was called My Adidas. And they were like they got equipped by Adidas, they got all their stuff by Adidas, and so they were just inspired because they were wearing these Adidas Superstars, and before that everybody would just wear like different kind of sneakers like from Converse or all that stuff. And since they made that song, like the Adidas Superstars were just like a really just like for all the like people who just like associate themselves with hip hop, were just like at that time the shoes to wear. And that could be like an example how a marketer could take advantage of a reference group, which would be in that example would be like Run DMC, that rap group, who would just like advertise with their song those kind of sneakers and those kind of a lifestyle.
Number 3.
Number 3, how can a marketer capture opinion leaders and encourage them to become brand ambassadors? Well, I believe that opinion leaders, they're not really captured. They kind of just become opinion leaders based off what they like and their own opinion. And those who follow the opinion leaders will eventually, if they see what the opinion leader, how their views on brands or whatever it may be, they'll follow them in their steps just because they like that opinion leader. For example, me and Isaac saw Miles come in today with this sweater. Miles wasn't paid to wear this sweater or advertise it, but me and Isaac were very attracted to it. We thought it was stylish. So now me and him are going to go to the mall and pick up our own sweater. And that makes Miles a brand ambassador because he wasn't paid or anything to wear it. He just wore it because he liked it and it caught our attention, kind of word of mouth or whatever. Now we're going to buy it, and then we're going to wear it, and then someone else is going to buy it, and then it kind of just advertises
It's a big
itself.
change, so step by step.